Ready for another round? It's Brewsday Tuesday. Here is Huck and Big Nate.
I find myself at a distinct disadvantage. I am unarmed.
It's
sir.
okay. I'm still stormtrooper shooting. I mean, I was like a foot and a half off your arm there. It's like, what the heck is wrong with me?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of ducked and covered.
Well, I saw that. I mean, I took my time and everything, and then my hand at the last minute twisted because I've been driving so much.
Welcome back into
Traveling.
another round of Brewsday Tuesday. I'm Big Nate. He is Huck, brought to you by the Cellar Restaurant Six Pack Store. We confirmed last segment that Huck is in fact brought to us by the Cellar Restaurant and Six Pack Store.
Yeah, somebody's got to bring me.
And it's Cream Ale Day here at the Brewsday Tuesday set. And I'm going to be honest with you. We discussed in the first segment how my only experience with it was Genesee. Not a bad experience, but I don't know if I could ever go back after.
And we did a little research in the break on Genesee, and they make a couple of them. They make a hopped cream ale, so that may be a future choice here.
I don't know where you'd get it though.
We
gotta find. Well,
I
yeah,
have,
I'll say
I have RV will travel.
You have the hookup.
I do have the hookup. So this is what started it all: Dogfish Head, costumes, and karaoke. Okay, and I'm a huge fan of Dogfish Head, and I like to say that I know Sam and he knows me. He knows me because we were up there with the beer bloggers, and I got drunk and bought a woman's shirt and put it on, and he was quick with a microphone to point that out, that Huck was wearing a lady's shirt. But Huck I'm strong in my sexuality. I'm okay with that.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Maybe I was identifying as a woman at that point.
The fabric's softer on women's t-shirts.
It is. It's so nice. But anyway, I got to read in this one, and it's a Imperial Cream Ale. Oh, I didn't even notice that.
That's a thing?
Oh, 8% Huck Session beer by a point.
That's probably as high as they could get it for that.
Probably. That it says that they only go to 7. So
yeah.
Dogfish Head, as usual, has exceeded expectations.
They're going to show up in the Guinness Book of World Records.
I'm reading this. It's got turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, star anise, I think you pronounce it, oats, cardamom with vanilla beans added. Now, this is going to be really, I'm going somewhere here. There's a reason I read all that. I once made a beer called Figgy Pudding. Okay, and in order to make a figgy pudding beer, you have to have the cardamom and the star anise. So I'm saying this cream ale is a figgy pudding cream ale, even though it's not properly named.
Star anise. I'm thinking Jägermeister. I think that's one of the ingredients of Jaeger.
Oh, this thing.
Or no, not Jaeger. Absinthe.
Absinthe, yes.
Absinthe has star anise.
Yes. I still have a little bit left of absinthe in my refrigerator.
Is it the good stuff?
Oh, yeah. It's from Europe.
Okay.
A friend of mine was in the Air Force, and when he came back, he brought it to me.
If you don't know, traditionally absinthe is aged in wormwood barrels, which has a mild hallucinogenic effect.
Yes, it does.
And here in the state of Virginia, you get absinthe.
Yeah, it's
appropriately named because it's absent of the real reason you would drink it. Otherwise, it just tastes like licorice.
It's another reason we need to move to a blue state, I think. I mean, a red state where people don't have all these rules about stuff.
I think
tired of rules.
I think we could all stand to be a little more progressive with allowing people to do what they want. I've got the Sycamore Vanilla Affogato Coffee Cream Ale because, well,
yeah,
as I mentioned in the last segment, coffee, I'm all aboard. And
coffee.
I'll be real honest with you. I'm not sure it can. This comes out of Charlotte, and it's a 6.4%.
I've been to Sycamore.
I don't know if it can come up to the standards.
It's probably not going to compete. No.
So how do you spoiled?
How do you have your coffee?
Black. I discovered a few years ago that I was lactose intolerant.
Okay.
So I had to start drinking it black. Now, occasionally, if I have my druthers and I know like I don't have to go anywhere for the day and I can actually prepare it the way I want, butter or vanilla ice cream is the way to go.
Nice. I have mine with heavy whipping cream.
And Irish.
Oh, yeah, Irish. And heavy whipping cream and like Truvia sweetener. And I like my coffee white and sweet.
Yeah, I was saying when I was younger, it was definitely white and sweet.
Yeah,
I just kind of adapted.
When I go to,
didn't want to.
I hate going to like Starbucks because I'm like, I just want some coffee. What size? A big one? Well, venti, blah, blah, what? I don't know what you're saying.
Just give me a big one.
A big one. They should have a separate line for people like me.
That's the worst. Like, why do you have to be cute with your sizes?
Right. Well, there's a
large,
reasons.
Small, medium.
But just a pro tip: if you meet a girl one night, you may be all out drinking or whatever, and you get home and you can't remember her name, take her to Starbucks in the morning.
They'll spell it wrong, but as long as you have the pronunciation at least a little bit right, you're covered.
You're good. If
they completely botch it,
just tell her.
Real embarrassed.
I can't really talk till I've had a cup of coffee, and then you'll know her name again. So we'd be good to go.
That is a pro tip.
Or his. I mean, it could be either way.
Yeah.
I don't want to be sexist. I probably am. I don't want to be.
And that's the important fact. That's why we do this, Huck.
Is it?
We want to cure you of your sexism.
Last time they said that's why we do that. I mean, they told me it's a costume party and it was an intervention. So here I was dressed as Bugs Bunny, which is probably not the best choice for an intervention because he's really not the kind of person you could intervene with.
No,
he's
out of control.
Yeah, he's completely out of control. So anyway, that's another story for another show. So
the after show party.
Yeah. So the figgy pudding. I mean, seriously, I just wanted to make. I'd never had figgy pudding. I still haven't, as far as I know. But I did make 2 figgy pudding beers over the years, and the cardamom was the hard thing to get. Some kind of spice from Britain.
So now I gotta ask. Well, you've never had figgy pudding, so you don't know.
I don't know, but I sang about it for years and years.
There's a thing for me. I get really weirded out by foods that taste exactly like other foods. Same with drinks. So, for instance, like vegan bacon would freak me the hell out if it tasted exactly like bacon.
Well, it doesn't, so you don't have to worry about that.
Never had it. I'm not probably going to, but it bothers me when, like, I don't like flavored potato chips that are flavored like pizza. It's really bizarre.
Right. Some of those potato chip flavors, yeah, I gotta let them.
There's a winery up in Meadows of Dan.
That's in the middle of nowhere.
And they have a blueberry wine that tastes exactly like blueberry muffin. And it's probably the most unsettling thing I've ever drank. Because, I mean, I swear to God, short of the texture,
it was a blueberry muffin.
It was a blueberry muffin.
I know. It's scary what they can do with chemistry.
It's pretty incredible.
Chemistry.
I have a lot of admiration for that ability, but
actually,
so it borders on sorcery. And like back in the day, we would have burned you at the stake.
Some of the best brewers out there were chemists. Seriously,
that makes sense.
But brewing is more like baking than anything else. I mean, it's like
you can't really adjust as you go.
No, but I'm just saying, it's like everybody makes everything different, and plus, none of the ingredients are ever equally the same. The hops are always different. Sometimes they're more resiny. You're not.
How many brewers do you think are just eyeballing it? That's 4 cups of hops. Them.
No, it depends on the level you're talking about. I'm pretty sure that InBev is, they're measuring carefully.
Oh, they're weighing. They've got scales. It's a whole Tony Montana operation, and
but back in the day, the word is that we need some beechwood in there. Yeah, just drop a load in. Now they're like measuring out in little chips of beechwood, aging. But anyway, I don't want to go after that thing, but but I've seen brewers that do it I definitely am not a measuring guy. And sometimes I'll on the fly, I'm like, I've made around 60 batches of beer. I haven't made any in a while, probably a year and a half. But I'll be looking at what the hop schedule is. I'll order a packaged beer thing and make it with grains and malts and all the things I need. But I have a freezer full of hops and different stuff, fresh hops, frozen. And so I'll sometimes say, well, I really got these, or I got honey. I always have some honey. I'm like, this probably would do with a half a pint of honey. And I'll throw it in there because anything sugary is going to make more alcohol.
I was going to say it will boost that alcohol
content.
content.
So I'm always doing that. And my stuff comes out pretty good.
I don't bake because I'm also not a measuring guy. I also don't make beer. I made wine once. You want to hear that story?
Not right now.
All right.
We'll drink wine and you can tell the story.
Okay, that's fair. When we drink wine, remind me to tell you my winemaking story.
I won't have to because you'll remember.
But
I cook I mean, I've cooked professionally. I ran restaurants for 20 years. And yeah, I don't measure anything. I mean, I know what part of my palm is a tablespoon. I know what part of my palm is a teaspoon. I know,
that's the same
it drives
for
my wife crazy.
Meat doneness. You feel the part of your thumb.
No, you tap it with your finger.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, I'm the same. I'm not at all scientific. I'm purely experimental. I'm the jazz of kitchen experiences. So if you want the same thing twice, don't come to my show.
There you go. I mean, I'll make Chateaubriand. I'll make anything.
Oh yeah, I'm always down for the adventure.
Right, and then try new things.
We gotta do some learning, Huck.
Bring it.
All right.
What are we learning about?
So I'm going to talk about February and the history of beer.
All right.
And this is really a stretch because February is a short month, so there's not a lot going on. But in February of 2019, archaeologists from Mola Headland Infrastructure and experts from Highways England found evidence of the first Iron Age beer dated back over 2,000 years during roadworks in Cambridgeshire. So, the year 21? Iron Age beer.
The year 21. In the year 21.
Can you imagine saying that?
Can't you make a song about that? You can't even.
I think we should just reset each millennium. Just go back. It's 21A, 21B.
21. Yeah.
It's pretty damn old.
That'd be cool.
And that's a lot of the times, those are the first signs of cultures. Fermenting stuff for a hallucinogenic or mind-altering effect and art.
So, like, some guy's got this big thing of flour and stuff in his barn, and the water leaks in it, and then ferments, spontaneously. That guy's a hero.
That guy is a hero.
He drank that and went,
But can you imagine, if you ran upon something like that in your life, how likely are you to be like, yeah, I should probably ingest this?
Yeah, I know. It's
that man was probably a lunatic.
Bubbling. Well, let me drink it. Let's just drink it.
I've got to see how it tastes.
He probably fed some to a chicken or a cow or a pig. So I'm just looking at the best cream ales in the world. And it's a little skewed, but it looks to me, because there's the guy that wins has 28 people tasted it. So I'm going to go just by looking at this and using my superior beer knowledge. McKellar made a cream ale, and I'm going to say that's the one I'm going to try to find. McKellar is a gypsy brewer and has a brother. But if he made it, and 674 people tried it, and they gave it a 345, and the one that won has a 356, and only 28 people tried it. So I'm going with that. McKellar, and also down the road, somebody else tried the 6 Point, which I'm not a really fan of 6 Point. They're out of New Jersey-ish, I want to say, or maybe Long Island. I'm not a huge fan, but they're around, so I can probably find out. I'm going to try those two beers and get back to you.
Yeah, I mean, so far this has been a pretty satisfying journey.
Yeah, this is really good.
To go from Genesee to this has been a eye-opening experience.
There you go.
I don't want to say it was religious, but almost.
Well, we didn't cuss.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll go with religious then. Damn it.
There you go.
Ruined it. All right. Let's rate these bad boys. I'm going to let you go first.
All right. Well, I'm Huck's Beer Buzz on all things Untapped. And Untapped is an app where you can check your beers in. You can see what other people are checking in. You can also see what bars have. I'm not paid for this, but I should be. Anyway, so I'm going to give this guy, again, fan of Dogfish Head. Pretty cool. It's costumes and karaoke. I like both, and they got somebody dressed up as a karaoke machine. So there's that. $4.75. This is good beer.
All right. So in the first segment, I of course was enjoying the Kentucky Bourbon Coffee Barrel Cream Ale. Gave it a 5.
You did.
It earned the 5.
It did.
And here we are with another coffee ale. This is the Sycamore Vanilla Affogato Coffee Cream Ale, 6.4% ABV. And to be honest with you, it's not getting the 5, but we're close. Go ahead with a 4.5 on Horror Show Radio on Untapped. And Huck, I will see you again next week on Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar Restaurant and Six Pack Store.
Everyone will see me next week.
This is true. We are on YouTube and, of course, Facebook.
And we podcast it somewhere.
Well, yeah, but they can't see you there.
No.
So if you want to watch.
Live on Facebook.
Highly recommended.
6-ish every Tuesday.
All right. Back into the Rock on 105.3 The Bear.